AIDS researchers since the onset of that deadly disease.
A new and mysterious ailment called AIDS.
AIDS, the disease
Yes.
exists because of sin.
Yes.
Heard about AIDS?
No. What do you say?
You and I can share in silence, finding comfort together the way all friends do. Oh, I don't care what comes tomorrow, because we will always see it through. Times of joy, times of hard sadness, we will always see it through. I was born in 1961. I was born into a large family and lived in a very rural place, born in Shetland. But as we grew up, we moved down to Inverclyde in Scotland. And my father used to be a priest, and then he had to leave the priesthood to marry my mother. And it was a very sort of Christian upbringing we had. As a young boy, every Sunday we had to be up, we had to be all smartly dressed, go to church in the morning, Sunday school in the afternoon, Bible class at night. I got some strength to tell some people that I was gay, and they didn't accept it. You know, certainly members of my family didn't accept it. I got the bad news about my mum had been diagnosed with breast cancer in both her breasts, so she had both her breasts removed. And then one day we got a phone call, your dad has collapsed, had a big growth in his stomach, and they tried to operate on him, but he died on the operating table, and that was really hard for me because I was the only person there. Got the strength, started walking back towards my bus stop, and I had to cut through a park in Glasgow to get to the bus stop to go back to where I was living. Halfway through the pathway in the park, I got stopped by 3 men, and they asked me for a cigarette, and I said I don't smoke. No, I didn't at that time, and they asked me for a couple of quid. I said I don't have any money. I said only my bus fare, and they kept harassing me, and before I knew it, one of them grabbed me and started beating 10 bells of shit out of me, and before I knew it, I got stabbed with a news needle right in the side of my neck. Before I knew it, I was being raped, and I was so traumatized by it. I got home, I went to the toilet and I just screamed my head off. A couple of weeks later, Mum came back out of the nursing home. She came home, and because there was Dad's funeral coming up, and she wanted to be at home when my dad's coffin was in the house. And I told her that I was gay. She said, "You're not my son. I don't want a faggot as a son." And that was my mum's last words to me. It was about 6-7 months later, I started feeling really sick and really tired all the time. I went and saw my doctor, told my doctor what had happened to me. He said, "I need to get some blood tests done for you." So I was sent off to the hospital to have some blood tests. 3 months went by. On the day of my 18th birthday, I got the phone call, "John, we need to see you at the hospital straight away." So I went to the hospital, took me into a room, they gave me a number. I was number 13. And that number is lodged in my brain permanently now. I was the 13th patient to be seen, and they told me in this little room, "You've got a tropical blood disease, we do not know what it is, but it's spreading through the world. There isn't any treatment, there isn't any information on it, we don't know what you've got. But all we can say is start preparing for the end of your life, we give you 2 years maximum." I got hit with a triple blow. I got told I was HIV positive, hepatitis B positive, and hep C positive, all in the one day, on the day of my 18th birthday. So imagine how that made me feel. I had nobody to turn to. had 26 tablets I had to take every day, 4 times a day. 2 injections I had to take as well, which were really painful. And that was my life starting with HIV. I would like younger people to become more understanding about LGBT for one, and also sexually transmitted diseases for two. And obviously the sexually transmitted diseases are top priority. Well, at the minute I'm busy setting up my own business charity for Falmouth LGBT community, and it's called Out and Proud. And I have successfully just managed to arrange a small Pride event in May for Falmouth for the first time ever. It's to give the gay community A, a voice, B, a safe place to be, and to feel secure within the community. We are offering peer support groups for each category in gay life. We are offering safe spaces. We are offering event organising, and lots of other things can happen within this organisation if we get it up and running. I am the director of it, and I want to have it registered by Company House so we can do fundraising to have bigger events and have a massive big gay parade here next year. I'm now no longer ashamed of who I am. I'm proud of what I've achieved, and I can hold my head up high and say I've done it, and I've done it on my own.